Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're going to be talking about if Halo Infinite will have a Warthog run. That's right, the thing that has been in the classic Halo titles, Halo Combat Evolved, finish it off with an insane Warthog run. Halo 2 actually was supposed to have Warthog run, but it was cut, and obviously Halo 3 had that absolutely incredible Warthog run right at the end. And you know, we're going to take a look at if Halo Infinite might actually have one of them. Obviously, Halo Infinite is talking about being a spiritual reboot to the series, so maybe a Warthog run falls into that category. So, you know, we'll have to see. Will we get the classic epic ending to another Halo game? Who knows? But we're going to take a look in today's video with a couple of interesting points that I think is cool about a Warthog run, potentially in Infinite. But yeah, obviously another point is that the actual Halo community themselves really would like to see a Warthog run. Obviously there's some people who wouldn't want to see, but I've seen majority of the community being pretty excited about getting a Warthog run. I don't know, dude. I personally, if a Warthog run was in Infinite, it would be so good, especially with this semi-open world stuff. I have no idea what it could be like. It could be absolutely insane, and the music could also be insane, which is just, it's just incredible. But yeah, that is pretty much the video. We're going to be going through, will Halo Infinite have a Warthog run? Let's check it out. Now, the first thing that I want to touch on about a Warthog run in Infinite is the spiritual reboot. Obviously, a lot of talk about Halo Infinite has been relating to the spiritual reboot. A lot of developers have been referring to the game as spiritual reboot. What does that mean? In the Inside Infinite of the February one about the campaign kind of stuff, they were talking about what does spiritual reboot actually mean. And they said having a good feeling for the game is basically a key area here, because they want to evolve by creating new experience and new opportunities, but still maintaining that original Halo feel, you know what I'm saying? So spiritual reboot, in short or in basic, is kind of like bringing the old classic feel of Halo into a modern kind of game, which is really cool. But yeah, spiritual reboot has been thrown around a lot about Halo Infinite, and that's pretty much what it is. Obviously, the Warthog run was supposed to be in all three of the original Halo games, even Halo 2, but it was cut, but it was supposed to be there. So obviously that is a part of the classic things, and does that fall into the spiritual reboot category? I don't know. Honestly, I gotta say, the Warthog run, especially in Halo 3, has gotta be one of the most epic endings in any sort of story. It is just insane. Because the Warthog run is actually one of those classic moments in the traditional Halo titles. I think it might actually fall under the spiritual reboot category, and because of that, maybe it could be an Infinite. I don't know though. If it does come in Infinite, because of the spiritual reboot kind of feel, they want to bring back that epicness for all players to feel like they're coming home, and also new players to get that first time experience. That's going to be great. But if they do that, if they do bring a Warthog run, they have to do it really well. They can't just like whop it in. It has to be one of the best, or actually it has to be the best in the series. Obviously, when we all played the Warthog run for the first time in either Halo C or Halo 3, I'm pretty sure we all felt something absolutely incredible when actually doing it. It has, like I said, it's got to be one of the greatest endings to any game in history. It is just near perfect, man. But yeah, spiritual reboot, like I said, bringing the classic kind of feel to the game into the modern context. So could that mean a Warthog run in Infinite? Maybe. Now, my next topic that I want to touch on that could suggest a Warthog run is actually the music. Obviously, the spiritual reboot falls under a lot of categories. It consumes a lot of stuff, including the music. Obviously, the music for a spiritual reboot is to have that kind of old feel into the new game, which is what I said before. So obviously the music is going to sound very familiar and insane, but it's also going to have a new kind of chant for new players, you know what I'm saying? But yes, music about a Warthog run. What does that mean? Obviously there's been music pieces that have been released from 343 that are very insane, but also like very new, which is great. One of these perfect examples is that soundtrack Through the Trees. Now we all know Walk Through the Woods, you know, Heretic Hero, all those kind of iconic, you know, classic Halo soundtracks. All those kind of iconic, you know, classic Halo soundtracks seem to be returning in Infinite. Yeah, perfect example is Through the Trees. It's definitely a new piece of music. It sounds great, but it's definitely got that familiarity, which is just insane. So the Trees is just the only release one that is very, you know, traditional, but there is a lot of other ones in Discover Hope. You know, the announced trailer had some cool, iconic, traditional music, and it's just insane. Now, touching on Discover Hope, one thing that I'm referring to about this potential Warthog run in Infinite is actually that very ending to the Discover Hope cutscene. You know, if you listen carefully, when Chief is looking at the Pelican and looking onto the broken Zeta Halo, the Pelican just, it does something. I don't actually know what it is, but then the music, if you listen very carefully, the music starts playing.
No. Not then! Not again! We need to run! No, we need to fight.
Now that music sounds so good. It definitely captures that traditional kind of feel with like, I don't know what to say about it. It's just that good. Honestly, it is so good. It really captures that OG feel of what Halo really is, and it really sounds like Halo. Within that, you know, 30-second snippet of the ending of Discover Hope, there is a lot within that music. There is a lot of different traditional Halo soundtracks kind of mixed into one to make one insane one. Now that 30 seconds, to me, if you just like play that without any of the background audio, without any of the dialogue, without any of the sound effects, purely just the music, it could very easily, in my eyes, make a Warthog Run soundtrack. When we have a Warthog Run in Halo CE, even in Halo 2, but it was cut, but also in Halo 3, we had that insane full game soundtrack. When you go into the Warthog Run, it really makes you feel like, damn, this is it, either make or break. Like, it's got that final, it's legitimately got the game's theme playing, which is so good. And Discover Hope's ending, it just spells that out. Its music there is so good. Actually, I've decrypted the Discover Hope's soundtrack, so just take a listen. Just imagine that you're driving a Warthog across Zeta Halo. You just activated the ring. You got a couple minutes before things go out with a bang. Just listen to it, man. As you can see, it sounds so good. If you really just close your eyes, listen, and think about having a Warthog Run with that Discover Hope, like, original Halo theme, it sounds mint. But yeah, so that's one thing that I really want to touch on. Obviously, the Warthog Run itself could be a key part of the spiritual reboot, but obviously the music is part of that as well. So honestly, that correlates really well, and that Discover Hope music is a part of the official soundtrack confirmed by 343. So who knows? That little snippet of the Halo theme, or the Halo Infinite theme, I'm suggesting could be the actual Warthog Run, if there is one. Obviously, with the music in Halo Infinite, they want the music and the soundtrack to feel familiar, but flipping it, you know, kind of to create something surprising, but not wholly unfamiliar. They want to make sure new players are welcome in Infinite, as well as making those veterans who absolutely love Halo and the campaign and all that sort of stuff, they want to make that feel welcomed home. So that is really cool, and I think Discover Hope, that final 30-second, you know, little audio in the background that you can hear, I don't know, man, it just sounds, I could really piece that together with a Warthog Run. I love it. In the latest Inside Infinite, March 2021, and the sound audio one, if you're unfamiliar with that, they were definitely talking about spiritual reboot and what it means from a music perspective. They directly say that it's all about capturing the brighter things like hope and belief, whilst embracing the mystery and beauty of Zeta Halo. I love the scores for Halo 4 and 5, where we tried to incorporate story very carefully, but as a result, tonally it wasn't as hopeful as prior Halo games. The original games also had dark elements in their stories, but the music largely focused on the brighter side, which worked very well. And they continued on by saying, I contemplated why the brighter music fits so well with the darker stories, and I think it simply boils down to because it's Master Chief. The Master Chief and Halo players have never been overwhelmed by challenging situations, even facing the potential of the end of humanity or the end of the universe. There's always a sense of hope, heroism, and confidence. So when it comes to music in Halo Infinite, we believe it should focus more on these brighter, positive themes to support Chief's story and the player's experience. Now, I do not know about you, but goddamn, does that point to a Warthog run? I don't know, dude. All those words like hope, believe, heroism, confidence, that's just perfect for a Warthog run. Not only did they say those words, they said while embracing the mystery and beauty of Zeta Halo. Now, just imagine you going on a Warthog. You're driving through, the insane music sounds playing through. You just think of hope, believe. You're driving past, things to explore, and that is just going to be incredible. Even if it's not a Warthog, even if it's a different vehicle, that could be so insane. I don't know, who knows if there will be a Warthog run in Infinite, but this music stuff, so much to talk about for potentially a Warthog run or something insane to do with the story, like we've seen in C, like we've seen in Halo 2, like we've seen in Halo 3. Pretty much every Halo game has had really good music, but especially those traditional titles have really hit the spot when it comes to gameplay, epicness, and music. But yeah, that little segment there inside that March 21 inside Infinite really stands out to me, you know, correlating to potentially some sort of epic final run or epic, anything epic really. But yeah, ultimately the music hinted in Discover Hope could be an indicator for a Warthog run, and I don't know, it just feels so perfect. I love it. Now the final thing that I wanted to touch on about potentially a Warthog run in Infinite is actually the campaign trailer, that 1-minute campaign trailer. You know, last year in July we got the campaign demo. That was pretty cool, but we also got the campaign trailer. Now that's the thing that I want to talk on. Obviously in that campaign trailer there's a lot of things to break down. There's a lot of fast moving clips. It's a really fast paced trailer. It's really hard to, you know, understand. However, right at the end, I'm talking like the last 5 seconds of that trailer, there is a Warthog, and that Warthog seems to be pelting really fast over a couple of sick jumps. I actually haven't watched that campaign trailer in a while, but I just watched it before, and I gotta say, it could potentially be hinting towards a Warthog run. Obviously, within that campaign trailer, it doesn't look like the ring's falling apart. It doesn't look like anything is blowing up around like Halo 3 or even Halo Common Evolve. It just looks like, you know, Chief driving around on a Warthog. However, though, in previous Inside Infinite's R343, they've been really good at hiding, I guess, spoilers for the game. So obviously, if they did want to hint to a Warthog run and they showed things blowing up, that would probably be a pretty big spoiler. But yeah, that little bit at the end of the campaign trailer could definitely be hinting towards a Warthog run in Infinite. However, just in a very subtle way. They're not really explicitly telling us that there will be a Warthog run. It's kind of hinting that little snippet at the end. I don't know, man. I'm just feeling that. I know, that is just a theory. I don't actually know. To be honest with you, this whole video is actually theory, but I hope you can understand where I'm coming with that campaign trailer. And yet again, similar to my previous point, music in that campaign trailer is just like traditional, but also new. I love it. Who knows, maybe it could be hinting very subtly to a Warthog run in Halo Infinite. Honestly though, I do actually think that Halo Infinite will have a Warthog run. It's not set in stone, there isn't anything confirmed at all, but I personally, I think it probably will have one. I don't know, if it does want to meet the expectations of that familiar old feel for players, but also create something unbelievably new and insane for like the newer players, as well as living up to that spiritual reboot that they're talking about. I don't know, they could add it, but you know, we never know. However though, if a Warthog run is in Infinite, I definitely don't want it to be forced or rushed into the game. You know, I don't want it to feel like this kind of cheap thing just because the fans want it. I really want it to be something truly memorable like Halo 3. That was just insane. Who knows, maybe they can do a rectification of a Warthog run, you know, maybe we might be driving through in a Ghost or something, or maybe a different kind of vehicle other than a Warthog. But yeah, dude, that is my speculation on if Halo Infinite will have a Warthog run or not. But yeah, there you go. Will Halo Infinite have a Warthog run? Probably, but no one knows for sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. If you think I left out something, you know, that might be hinting towards a Warthog run in Infinite, please absolutely let me know. I love reading about this stuff all across Halo. It's so interesting for me. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I really do hope Halo Infinite does have some insane epic ending, whether it be a Warthog run or not. But I guess time will tell. Just over 200 days now until the big release, so I'm so happy, man. But yeah, I guess we gotta keep waiting. But yeah, that is enough of me talking, dude. I think you got the main gist of this video. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys went on to enjoy today's video, and until the next one, bye bye.